Hey guys, so just walking into our 6-day Sambar hunt. It's Sunday morning, the weather's really good. It's currently just above zero temperature wise. There's a bit of a frost, but the wind's probably 20 or 30 k an hour, so any of the bits that were in that, it's a bit chilly, so but not too bad. We've already started to warm up. We're about k in from the car, just on a little low use footpad, so I'll see what updates I can keep coming throughout the trip. We got a good rundown yesterday from Newcastle. Weather was good, so not much traffic. Had a really good pie on the way, that's important. So yeah, I loaded up this morning. I've probably about 3.5 litres of water on board this morning because we weren't sure what it was going to be like when we get in here, but I'm hoping there's a few little creeks down there. It's about 4k into where we're going to camp from the road, so worst case I can foot it back out and get more water. We've got about 12 litres of water in the car as a backup, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll try and get what footage I can throughout the next week, but I can't guarantee anything. I've just got a phone, so it'll probably just be this selfie stuff, but I'll whisper a little bit more once we're in further, so yeah, see how we go. Catch you later. Righto, so we're in our location. Camp's all set up. Nice enough little spot. We're in a bit of a saddle just here, which we're happy with. We're what time of day are we? 10:45. So probably go out for a little walk to a couple of glassing spots. We're hoping to be able to pick some stuff up on, but we'll see. So yeah, we've got a little upside down fire ready to go for when we get back. A little cooker set up. Hammock. The underquilt's not under the hammock at the moment, but it's all ready to go, so it drops off a fair bit down under there. We sort of came in off that big skyline right up the top across to this ridge, so yeah, it was pretty good walking. It's my mate's little camp. He's got his 10 under his Morocco 30 fly, so yeah, I've got the hammock pitched up at the moment. A bit of an awning with the tarp, but come night time I'll close it right up. You can see it on that side. I'll close those two doors up together, and I shouldn't get too much draft under it either. But yeah, should be good. Anyway, we'll report in later. There's heaps of sign up here. I'm up really high at the moment, actually on a mountain, but there's droppings and stuff everywhere. See how much it drops off down off the sides. It's all this sort of stuff. Just glassing this little saddle down here. Sun's just about finished for the day. A bit of light beaming up over these gaps in the timber. But yeah, can't see anything down there. Haven't heard anything. Been sitting here for a bit. Half an hour. It's pretty cold in this breeze sitting on this rock actually. Up on a bit of a cliff. Fresh on the fingers. Really need to put my gloves on. Anyway, check in tomorrow. Morning guys, so it's now day 2 and unfortunately my mate that I'm with has hurt his knee, so he's made the decision that before it gets worse we're going to head back up to the tops closer to where we walked in, and he's going to set up camp up there and hunt, and I'm going to help him get his gear up the hill and then walk back in. So what I've done is I've left all my camp gear back down there. I scoped out a couple of good spots this morning. I spooked off a couple of deer and got honked, which was annoying because that was only like 50 metres above out of sight where I was stalking. I had a good thermal updraft out of the valley, but on a northeastern face, probably glass 150 metres in, I was being super quiet. Just sort of dropped down off a ridge first thing in the morning. Before it was light, and sort of got in there, and then sidled around to the next valley system from where I went in and made a bit of noise. So wasn't a bad gig, but the deer were just above me. They were sort of up on a ridgeline saddle, which I didn't think they would be in a little breeze that there was. I thought they'd be tucked away, but yeah, excuse the sweat. So yeah, I'm gonna backpack. So we walked in about 4.5k yesterday morning and set up camp, and then I've probably gone another 2.5k in yesterday, about a k up this morning, and there's some good spots up there, so I'll just stop here. So my plan is I'm going to walk back. I'm going to get Rob up the hill, he's coming up behind me. I'm going to pack back in, so I've left all my hammock, binos, food, everything back in there. As you can see, I've got Rob's gun on the side of my backpack. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I've got Rob's on the side, mine here. I've got 2 dry bags of Rob's in my pack, so I've lightened him up by probably 8 kilos, so hopefully he's alright. I just wanted to push up the hill, and then I'm going to drop some stuff, so I'm going to leave some of my spare food and stuff stashed up here. Then go back out there, have a hunt this afternoon in the morning. Part of the assist in the decision to sort of get Rob back up here and lighten up my load is we've just looked at the weather. We've actually got phone service in camp. We've looked up the weather, and it's meant to close in for the next like 4 or 5 days. So I think we're probably going to cut the trip short, which is a shame, but it's like 100% chance of, I forget what it was, 20 to 40 mil of rain for the next 2 days, closing in tomorrow night, and then showers and snow for the next 2 days. So we had to sort of be home on Friday or Saturday anyway, so there's not much point in sitting in a tent for the next 4 days. Might as well cut our losses, pull up stumps and plan the next trip. So it's disappointing, but it is what it is. It's high country, so can't change the weather, but fingers crossed I can have a bit of a crack today. The wind's meant to be the same direction, so I figured a few things out with that yesterday. Hopefully I can get right up this hill. Found a castie this morning too, which was good, so got that strapped on the bottom of my backpack. So yeah, anyway, I'll pack back here and I'll try and get a bit more footage. I didn't get any this morning. I forgot to take my phone out on my little jaunt this morning, so could have got some good footage of those little faces and stuff I was in on, but stuffed that up. So yeah, righto, I'll report in this afternoon. See ya. How's this for a little hidden clearing? It's all heating down. It's a pretty cool little basin in here. Little creek running through it. Smack bang in the middle of the day, so I don't expect to see anything out here at the moment, but it's a pretty good spot. I might come back and sit here one afternoon, see if anything comes out on it. Yeah, funny these Sambar deer. It's a bit of a pad coming in here. There's these paperbark trees. The old wallow, it's all dried up. It's all mostly dried up. A bit soft in there, but yeah, pad coming in there. It's funny, they don't seem to like using like a walking track or anything like that. From what I've seen, you don't really see any sign at all in those sort of spots, and you know, you jump 30 metres off to the side and there's sign, so big faces out there. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that wallow. It's similar sort of setup to the big wallow I found this morning. It's about 900 metres that way. Same trees, under the same trees, so whether it's a little natural soak that's dried up or something, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a sign of why these trees are where they are, but there's certainly nice grass under them and stuff like that. Anyway, it's all interesting to learn. Righto, so I'm back up on the bluffs again now. So yeah, it's taken me about 2 hours, pretty hard work to get back out here, so that's probably about there is where I left Rob, so it's been a bit of a slog to get back up in here, to say the least, but there's some good bluffs over there. All up off the side of this is all this scattered burnt forest. You can see down into it 150 metres. This is the eastern side, the west over the back, over this side, so probably concentrate on that side this afternoon and this side this morning. But yeah, it's a lot warmer than I thought. I think it's about 12 degrees today, so I'm stripped back to shorts and a base layer, so yeah, still sweating up a storm. Anyway, we'll move up this ridge and set camp up in here somewhere, find a good glassing spot for this afternoon hopefully. So we've just set up in camp number 2. So I'm up a fair bit higher, further in this time. It's all this sort of country. Drops away off the side, so yeah. Hammock's all up, got the doors on that side closed up, underquilt's all on, so it's pretty spacious under there when you pitch it up like that. It's a good shelter. Anyway, see how we go this afternoon, eh? So I've got myself set up on this bit of a outcrop here. Just going to look around and see I'm going to try glassing these shady bits first because it's been really hot today. I imagine they'll still move into the sunshine right at last light because it will cool off, but at the moment I'm still sitting up here in shorts. So yeah, see how we go. No deer, but pretty good view. Big country. So I've glassed up 4 deer this morning. One was a hind and a young one, but they moved into cover. I couldn't get a better angle on them and they were about 600 away. Wind's all bloody wrong this morning, but I'm just sidling along. You can see the game pad there. There's 2 small stags out on that face. Head in there. About half an hour ago, but they moved into cover. I might go down there. I'll just see like I said, the wind's wrong. I've got a thermal coming up now. I'm in the sun, but I'm just going to sidle around this hillside. Visibilities probably 100 metres. If I can stay on a pad like this, it's pretty quiet, so I'm just going to creep along and see what happens. Righto, so I've had a few messages with my mate who's up on the tops. No surprise, I don't know if you can hear the wind here. Blowing a gale up there. It's 70k gusts. So he's hating life up there, as you'd imagine. So yeah, I think there's a couple of messages with him that looking at what's meant to come in for the next 4 days, we're just going to pull the pin, get out of here. It's disappointing, but that's hunting. So I'm just footing it back out now. It's probably going to take me an hour to walk back up the escarpment I went up yesterday. So had a good hunt this morning. Saw 4 deer just outside of range. I got into about 320 from a face that had 2. Well, one was a small stag, the other one was probably 20 inch. Maybe, it was a bit hard to tell. The face they were on was the sun was straight behind it, so it was super glary. So I could make them out in their antlers, but yeah, I was really pushing the friendship with my binos, but I was happy with the job that they did do. So yeah, big plug for the Tractoric 8x42s. So I glassed them. It's just over 500 from a cliff top, and I could see another series of bluffs down under me, so I dropped my way down to those, which were much closer, but yeah, they were gone. I couldn't see anything. I got the 15s out and watched it for sort of half an hour, and it wasn't in the wind, but it wasn't in the sun either. It's not too cold at the moment, as usual with preceding large amount of rain. It only warms up, so the daytime temps, not including any wind, have been around 10 degrees, so even the nights have been pretty good. They've been sort of 0, 1 or 2, so not very cold, not as cold as I thought it might be. Yeah, I've had to put my jacket on a few times to glass, but not many. But I've found a few good little spots this morning that'd definitely be worth another look. But 1, the wind's wrong. 2, they're morning spots, and I'm only going to get this afternoon. So, like I said, I think we're just going to pull the pin. So, yeah. Is what it is. It's hard to pull the pin when you look at the weather and it's blue skies, but yeah, my mate's certainly not keen on what's coming, so he's been having a few issues with his tent as well. I believe he's had heaps of condensation issues and stuff in it, so he's got some figuring out there to do, but I don't think that's helped how he slept. So yeah, he'd be pretty tired. I'm pretty tired after all this walking. Probably walked 10 or 12k yesterday just in and out to change camps. Didn't move around too much in the afternoon, but same again this morning. I just sort of moved around the bluffs with the sunlight, but the wind was a problem. And yeah, I've got a 6k walk out now, so, and that bloody hill again. So anyway, righto, I'll upload this. There might be something that a few people might learn. It's certainly been a learning experience for me with the way the game trails sidle around the hillsides. And it's funny, I always thought they'd bed in cover, but I found quite a few beds on those open northeastern faces, so I think they're so probably tucked up in there out of the wind early in the morning. But either that or they're having a rest midway through the night, and then they're down in the valleys of the daytime. But yeah, anyway, certainly got some good spots marked in the GPS, so transfer them to the map for next time. Probably come back in November when the snow season winds up, have another crack. Certainly a challenge, so yeah, see you guys.